on with AppLovin and big news. I mean, they have deal talks, they have the earnings. Tell us about the story.
Yeah, look, AppLovin is getting the...
There's some short covering happening here today, but certainly a name that is shining. Any final thoughts here on AppLovin?
No, you make a good point because
that is due to close in this quarter.
That's right.
Tapestry, a name that is taken over the S&P 500. It's in the top 10, up 4.4%.
Yeah, I'm actually not surprised.
We've heard from some of the luxury brands a little bit of tepidness. I mean, they were not reporting. I remember looking through some of them. They were not reporting robust sales.
No.
So, you know, sometimes we say like the upper socioeconomic brackets are spending, they don't notice or whatever, but they notice. And so this kind of name is affordable luxury names. You mentioned Coach, Kate Spade's in there. I think Stuart Weitzman. I don't know if they sold that off.
They're selling off that business, so they say their guidance obviously...
I mean, in Bloomingdale's, for example, they always put what's hot in this one area, and folks run to that area because they want to be trendy. And right now, Coach has this particular area. It's a huge spread, and it just sort of screams at you, you know, buy this Coach bag. It's very interesting. They have some great stuff in that. Let's talk about Shopify, a name that's down 5.5%.
It's under pressure off the back of its...
With the de minimis loophole now being taken away, those small goods can no longer fly back and forth. And we heard another company yesterday talking about that affecting the bottom line. And we speculated that that could affect Shopify. And so that's something, a gross margin contracting, not a great sign. But it has been over 1 year, still up about 15%. A final thought on the day?
Over 1 year it is, but it certainly had weakness. So
to tell us some of the details, Caroline.
Hey there, Nicole. Yes, Coinbase shares up about
a $3 billion deal, according to the Wall Street Journal. This crypto options platform that you mentioned, you know, sometimes the acquirer goes down, often, but not today. The optimism is certainly circulating around Coinbase, and you have an administration that most of the folks, when I interviewed them and they were in the crypto world, they were pretty happy to have President Trump's team coming in because they felt the administration would be much more supportive, right?
And that's why we saw Bitcoin surge higher, but we have...
Last winter was the high for this name for Coinbase. It was close to $350 and then hit a recent low of $142. So now what, folks? $204 today. Joe Tagay is with us, portfolio manager, Rational Equity, our advisor services, Mike is. And we look at this market that has gone back and forth, but today some optimism with the idea of a trade deal that we're going to hear more about. Caroline, what are you watching?
I would still say there's optimism about a...
That's something that's bringing a little strength here to the market, industrials, materials, financials. And, you know, we have a slew of earnings, some of which lately have been pretty good. Your thoughts here, Mike McCurr, about what's going on? I mean, some of the folks just saying this could be the first of the deals as we hear from the Trump administration pertaining to the deal with the UK. Maybe it means more are coming and they like that. What are you watching when it comes to the charts?
Sure. You can definitely feel the energy.
I mean, we know that they have the risks of higher unemployment and higher inflation. That they said those have risen, and so we'll watch for that. In the meantime, also noting economic activity has expanded at a solid pace, and we heard from the National Retail Federation, Caroline, people are spending, and they're even spending to try and beat the tariffs. A final quick thought, less than a minute left.
One other area of weakness.
The UK will fast-track U.S. goods through customs. President Trump and his administration cutting tariffs on UK-made cars to 10%. So some of this news is coming through, and that the deal is done and the signatures will come in the coming weeks. Markets selling off just a little bit here on the news. Thank you both, Mike McCurr, Caroline Woods. Great.